Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Pillay with another maths lesson. Today we are learning about multiplication, focusing on the 2 times table, looking at arrays and solving word problems. I've got a link at the top of the page which you can copy and use to practice counting in twos. But first we are going to start by counting up in twos together. I am using 100 square for the counting, and I've added the link with 100 square at the bottom of this page so that you can use it to practice more counting at home. So we are going to start counting in twos. You can count along with me. We are going to start counting from 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. You can continue this count up to 100. Now let us use our fingers to count in twos. This can help you with your mental maths. Now if we look at the counting here, when you see one finger, we are going to be counting 1 times 2 gives us 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. 3 times 2 equals 6. 4 times 2 equals 8. 5 times 2 equals 10. 6 times 2 equals 12. 7 times 2 equals 14. 8 times 2 equals 16. 9 times 2 equals 18. And 10 times 2 equals 20. Now I'm going to count it again. This time I'd like you to use your fingers and practice using your fingers when we're counting in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Well done. Remember, this is an easy way to help you count in twos. Now let's check how well you know your 2 times table after we've been practicing it. Can you fill in the missing numbers in sequence? Check the instructions carefully. The first one is counting forwards and the second one is counting backwards. Got 2, 4, missing number, 8 and a missing number. On this side I've got 20, 18, missing number, 14, missing number. Have a go and think about which numbers are missing and then we will check it together. Right, we check. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12. Did you get it right? Right, good. Let's have a look at the next sequence. I've got 8, missing number 12, missing number 16. Then I've got 10, missing number 6, missing number 2. Have a go and quickly fill in the missing numbers for me. I will check it together again. Right, let's check. We've got 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. On backwards, we've got 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Did you work as well? Well done. Let's have a look at the last sequence. Got missing number 6, missing number 10, 12. Counting backwards, we've got a missing number at the beginning. We've got 12, missing number 8 and 6. Have a go, and then we'll check it. Right, let's check it together. Got 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6. How did you do on the last sequence? Good? Fabulous. Let's move on. You will remember that when we started learning about multiplication, we learned about arrays. Remember that using arrays can help us to solve multiplication problems. Here are a few examples of arrays. I'm going to show you how we can group it and then write the multiplication sums that go with each grouping. I've grouped the counters in two different ways, which means that I will have two different multiplication sums. But will the answers be the same? Let us check. For the first set of blue counters, we have 6 groups of 2, which is equal to 12. But in the second set, we've got 2 groups of 6, which is equal to 12. And if I look at my number sentence, it says 6 times 2 is equal to 12. And 2 times 6 is equal to 12. And if we look at these numbers here and these numbers here, they are just reversed. And this is when we call this commutative property of multiplication. Now let us look at the red set of counters. We can group it as 3 groups of 2 and as 2 groups of 3. Again, you can see that we have 3 groups of 2 equals 6, which is 3 times 2 equals 6. And we have 2 groups of 3, which is equal to 6, which is 2 times 3 equals 6. Again, these numbers are just reversed, which tells us again that this is the commutative property of multiplication. Now we are going to look at a few word problems and how we can solve it. Remember, we use Rucksack at school to help you solve a word problem. We are going to use it here as well. So the R tells us to read the question carefully. You underline the keywords and numbers. C, for the calculation, choose the correct operation and mental or written method of calculation. S, solve it. Make sure you follow the steps. A, answer. Check you have answered the question. What did you have to find out? C, check your answer. Can you use the inverse to check your working? Going to do the first one together. David collects 2 comics each month for 9 months. How many comics does David collect altogether? So I've read the question carefully. Now I need to look at which words and numbers I need to underline. So I've underlined 2 and 9 because those are the 2 numbers in my word problem. And then I've underlined each month because it's 2 comics each month. And I've underlined all together. Now, we're going to think about what that word altogether is asking us to do. So the C tells us choose the correct operation and mental or written method of calculation. So I've decided that I'm going to make 9 groups and I'm going to put 2 comics in each group because it says he collects 2 comics each month. But then I can also use a blank number line. Now when you do multiplication on a number line, you always start from 0. And I know there's 2 comics for each month, so I'm making chunks of 2. And I count along in 2s until I get to 18. So I need to solve it, which means I need to check again. What is the word altogether telling us? It's asking us to count it all together, because remember, multiplication makes more. So I've got 9 groups of 2 equals 18. And my number sentence for that would be 9 times 2 equals 18. I'm going to check my answer now. Have I checked that I answered the question? What did I have to find out? It says, how many comics does David collect altogether? Did I answer the question? And I can see, yes, I did, because I've got 18 comics. Remember, we counted it all together. Now to check my answer. Can I use the inverse to check my working? Now, what does inverse tell us to do? It means the opposite of multiplication. So I know that the opposite of multiplication, or the inverse of multiplication, is division. And when I write a division sum, I always put the largest number at the beginning of my number sentence. So I'm saying 18 divided by 2, and I'm saying divide by 2, because there's 2 in each group. But 18 divided by 2 equals 9. Or you can ask, how many 2's are there in 18? And I check that my answer is correct. Let us have a look at another problem. There are 6 sets of twins in school. They each get a sticker from their teacher. How many stickers does the teacher give them all together? Now, I've read the question carefully, and it says underline keywords and numbers. I've underlined 6, but there's only one number in this word problem. Then I've underlined keywords. I've underlined twins, and we're going to talk about that in a second. And then I've underlined each get a sticker, so it reminds me how many we need. And again, I've underlined all together, which is telling me what the sum is asking me to do. So first we need to think about the information we are given. What does twins mean? It means 2 children. So we need 6 sets of 2 children. And there we can see the missing number that we were looking for earlier. We know we need 2 children in each group. So we've got 6 groups for the 6 sets, and we've got 2 children in each group. Again, I've done my number line, starting my multiplication jumps from 0. I know I need 6 jumps because I've got 6 sets of twins. And I know twins are 2 children, so I need steps of 2. So if you look at my number sentence, I've got 6 groups of 2 equals 12. Or you can say 6 times 2 equals 12. Looking at the A, have I answered the question? What did I have to find out? I had to find out how many stickers does the teacher give them all together. And I see that I've got 12, so I know I've answered the question. Then I'm going to check my answer. Can I use the inverse to check my work in? Yes. And again, remembering that the inverse of multiplication is division, and that the largest number comes at the beginning of my number sentence. So I got 12 divided by 2, because there's 2 in each set, equals 6. Or you could ask the question, how many 2's are there in 12? And I check that my answer is absolutely correct. Remember, you can solve any multiplication word problems in the same way. You can use arrays, groups, or even number lines to help you. Once you have completed the problems on the slides, try some of your own. Remember always to use rucksack so that you follow the steps and arrive at an accurate answer. I hope this video has helped you with solving your word problems. Take care and keep safe. Till next time.